Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. In today's video we're going to be doing some autocross stuff. So just as a quick TLDR of my car, for those who don't know, I have a Supercharged V6 with a 6-speed LSD transmission. It's also a partially stripped out interior. I still haven't fully unpacked the car from the last event, but that's one of the benefits of having a daily driver. Since my last event, pretty much the only thing I did was I changed some of the suspension settings on the car, and my whole idea was I want this car to really squat when I hit the throttle to help with my traction. So I did that by loosening up the rear and then stiffening up the front. Anyways, let's get into the first couple runs. Little too much sauce. With my first couple runs, I just had a few goals. The first one was just getting from point A to point B. I was really tired, and obviously that's not going to be ideal for driving. The course itself was actually pretty simple, but when I'm tired, I know I'm not processing things as well as I could, so just trying to get around the course and understand it really made a huge difference. The other thing I was really working on was just trying to smooth out my inputs. Almost instantly, I kind of had like a kick in the butt because I got on the throttle and the car was obviously upset. But I think that really set the tone because after that, I started smoothing out the inputs and the car seemed to be a lot happier. So now for runs 3 and 4, those were actually just kind of throwaways, mainly because I made some bad decisions, which I'll show you now. I know exactly what I did. I was actually super tired. As I was on the starting line for run number 3, it hit me like a ton of bricks how tired I was, which resulted in me missing a few parts of the course in both runs. This is why I always say try to get sleep if you can the night before. Unfortunately, I just had some things come up, so I didn't get as much sleep as I would like, but that's just the way things go sometimes. Now for run 5 and 6. I'm really happy with how runs 5 and 6 turned out, because I had to regroup obviously because how fatigued I was, but I think I did a really good job of it because I was able to find a good balance of being smooth while being aggressive at the same time. The car felt really fluid and like everything really worked well together. I didn't feel like I was fighting the car like I typically am, which is kind of crazy because it was super cold, as I mentioned earlier, and when I was going through that slalom section, the tires were constantly fighting for grip and breaking loose. So the fact that I was able to go through it really straight, I'm actually so happy with that. My inputs along with the suspension changes definitely made a huge difference, because previously whenever the back end would get all tail happy and whatnot, it would kick out real quick. This time, even though I was fighting for traction, it stayed relatively straight and I felt like I was able to really steer the car with the throttle. In the dry, I actually don't think I would have such issues with traction, at least at the back end. In the front, I actually do think I would have issues with understeer, but that's part of the reason why I plan on putting a bigger tire in the front. Putting a bigger tire in the front is also going to be beneficial when I finally go with a big brake kit for the front of the car. As usual, the brakes leave a lot to be desired, and I think it really shows. So after that right hand turn going to the box, which leads up to the stop, that's actually a really fast section, and I couldn't bring myself to stay in the throttle there. So a lot of the really fast people would, you know, be really hard on the throttle, a slight lift to get the car to rotate and get right back into it. I couldn't do that. That just terrified me because I didn't trust the brakes. Well guys, overall, I'm just super happy. I know I've probably said that a million times now, but like I said, I finally feel like I made some huge improvements. This car is really starting to fit me like a glove. Anyways guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.